Morning sunshine, evening moonlight, wherever you're at. This is Charli.
Philosophers with pens in hand.
Remember, everything we talk about here could be completely wrong or worse, completely right. Either way, it's worth thinking about.
Science digs the dirt and lies.
We're about to take a journey through the spiritual DNA of human civilization. And everything you thought you knew about religion is about to get a radical reboot.
Chickens, minds, the world we're kicking. Elevate the soul, let it fly. Find new ways till we die.
Imagine spirituality as the world's most epic remix, where every culture is a DJ, sampling beats from an ancient universal track. We're not talking about the sanitized mainstream religious narratives you've been fed. I'm diving into the raw, unfiltered source code of human belief. So let's rewind the cosmic clock to a time before hashtags, before smartphones, and before civilization as we know it. Our prehistoric ancestors weren't just surviving. They were experiencing the world as a living, breathing, sentient organism. Every rock, every tree, every river wasn't just a thing. It was alive. Animism wasn't a belief system, it was the reality. Shamans weren't known as charlatans, they were the original neural network connecting the physical and spiritual realms. Göbekli Tepe in Turkey, dating back around 10,000 BCE, isn't just an archaeological site. It is proof that humans were performing complex spiritual rituals thousands of years before the religions we recognize today were even a twinkle in history's eye. The cosmic playlist of ancient civilizations.
9.
Let's talk about the original influencers of spiritual thought. The Mesopotamians, for example, well, they weren't just inventing agriculture. They were creating entire cosmologies where gods represented natural forces. Enlil and Anu weren't just names. They were the Spotify playlist of cosmic order. Egyptian civilization took this to another level. They didn't just worship death. They understood it as transformation. Their sacred numbers weren't just digits, they were cosmic coordinates. Number 7, that wasn't just a lucky number. It represented completeness. And number 9, divine eternity. Cultures separated by thousands of miles and zero communication were hitting the same spiritual frequencies. Number 1, representing unity in Hinduism, Taoism, and Pythagorean numerology, while it signified the singular divine in monotheistic religions, namely Judaism, Christianity, Islam, Zoroastrianism, and Sikhism. Therefore, emphasizing the oneness of God and humanity. The number 3, the Trinity in Christianity, the Trimurti in Hinduism, the Life Triad in Egyptian religion, and the 3 treasures of Taoism, compassion, simplicity, and humility. The number 7 in Babylonian astronomy, Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, and even Native American traditions. This number represents completeness. It's everywhere. 7 days of creation, 7 chakras, 7 heavens, 7 deadly sins, the Jewish Sabbath. Number 9 in Norse mythology, the 9 worlds connected by Yggdrasil, the world tree, symbolize the interconnectivity of existence, while it carries over in Mandarin as long-lasting.
This legend.
So here we go again. What am I getting at? Well, these numbers are more than mere coincidences. They're cosmic shorthand for ideas humans couldn't fully express. Pythagoras, the ancient Greek mathematician philosopher, believed numbers weren't just abstract concepts, but the essence of reality. He saw 3 as a harmony, 4 as stability, and their sum 7 as enlightenment. Nikola Tesla, the genius inventor, echoed this mysticism.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Tranquility Base here.
Was Tesla onto something, or was he just picking up on the same cosmic frequency as Pythagoras, the Egyptians, and the Hindus? I'm always asked what Tesla means by his numbers, so let me explain this to you this way. If you keep doubling numbers, like starting from 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, and so on, and you add up those digits of those numbers, you'll always end up with numbers such as 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, or 5. But you'll never, neither in equating it or in summing it up, will you find 3, 6, and 9? Assume they're like the VIPs. They don't show up in that pattern. It's almost like they're standing outside the party, watching everything work. Tesla thought these numbers could help explain the secrets of nature, energy, and even life itself. It's like they're part of the special rules that make the universe go round. The interesting part is that these numbers appear across cultures and religions separated by thousands of miles and years. Did the early Hebrews borrow the sacred 7 from Mesopotamian mythology? Possibly. Did Hindu and Egyptian priests gaze at the same stars, pondering the same mysteries? Absolutely. It's as if humanity was listening to a universal symphony, each culture interpreting the notes in its own way. Carl Jung called this the collective unconscious, a shared psychological infrastructure where archetypes and fundamental human experiences converge. It's like we're all running the same operating system, just with different skins and themes. So whether you view Tesla's fascination with these numbers as a mystical insight into the universe or understand it through the lens of Modulo 9 mathematics, the underlying truth remains: numbers have always been a language through which religions and mystics have tried to connect with the divine. It is not about the exact sequence or the scientific explanation, but about how these numbers, with their rhythm and resonance, have been used to bridge the human experience with something greater. In this shared pursuit of understanding, we witness the miracle of human interconnectedness, the idea that across time, space, and belief systems, we are all drawn to the same divine truths, speaking through the universal language of numbers. Dive into the Indus Valley civilization around 3300 to 1300 BCE, a time when the foundations of what we now call Hinduism were quietly being coded into the fabric of humanity. This wasn't just a culture, it was the blueprint for spiritual inquiry, an ancient operating system that would shape philosophies and practices for millennia. Take the number 108, for example. It's not just a random figure. It's a cosmic algorithm woven into the very structure of the universe, representing the principles of creation, preservation, and destruction: Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. It's encoded into the rhythms of life. The number 108 emerges repeatedly in Vedic science, astronomy, and spirituality. So check this out. The distance between the Earth and the Sun is roughly 108 times the diameter of the Sun, and the distance between the Earth and the Moon is about 108 times the Moon's diameter. Sacred chants are often repeated 108 times, aligning the practitioner with universal frequencies. And in yoga, there are 108 energy points, nadis, in the human body that converge at the heart chakra. Hinduism's foundational texts, like the Vedas, were essentially spiritual and philosophical source code, programs for understanding not just human life, but the cosmos itself. Concepts like karma, cause and effect, and dharma, righteous living, aren't merely religious ideas, but systems of balance and universal flow. Even the Om mantra can be seen as an algorithm. Its 3 sounds, Om, represent waking, dreaming, and deep sleep states of consciousness, a triadic structure mirroring creation, sustenance, and dissolution.
Everyone wants to add some balance into their lives. This balance allows them to feel better, to avoid all of the overwhelming things that show up in their day, and can make them happier too.
Om resonates at a frequency of approximately 432 Hz, a tone often referred to as the universal frequency. Interestingly, 432 Hz is mathematically connected to the number 108, emphasizing harmony with cosmic principles. Now, in modern sound therapy, 432 Hz is believed to promote feelings of peace and connection, syncing the listener with the natural vibrations of the universe, a concept already embedded in Hindu practices thousands of years ago. This ancient framework didn't just ask questions about gods or worship, it asked questions about existence, energy, and the infinite. In many ways, Hinduism isn't a religion in the traditional sense, but a living spiritual technology designed to decode the mysteries of life, tying the material to the metaphysical in one seamless cosmic program. Chanting Om activates the vagus nerve, calming the nervous system and aligning energy fields. Mantras repeated 108 times not only anchor consciousness, but also create harmonic resonance, matching frequencies of inner and outer worlds. So those mandala tattoos and tree of life symbols, they're not for aesthetics. They're archaeological breadcrumbs of our collective spiritual journey. Our spiritual differences are an illusion. We are not separate. We're different expressions of the same cosmic consciousness. Though at times we definitely wish that was not true.
What the fuck?
Modern science finds itself intertwined with ancient mysticism. Physicists like Brian Greene speak of spring theory and the mathematical beauty underlying the universe. Numbers like 137, the fine structure constant, baffle scientists with their mysterious importance in atomic physics. Is it a coincidence that mystics also held certain numbers as sacred? Quantum mechanics introduces ideas that mirror ancient mysticism. The concept of entanglement, that particles can influence each other instantly, regardless of distance, resonates with the Hindu idea of interconnectedness and the Buddhist principle of dependent origination. It's as if science is just now catching up to what the ancients intuited. If these numbers and ideas are universal, then why do we fight over them? Why has religion become a battlefield instead of a bridge?
I am the Lord your God, and you are meant to worship me.
The answer lies in power. From the pharaohs of Egypt to modern politicians, leaders have always understood that religion is the ultimate tool of control. Claiming divine authority over sacred numbers, rituals, and ideas lets you bend societies to your will. But here's the catch. When you twist religion into a weapon, you have lost the original message. As French philosopher Voltaire said, those who can make you believe absurdities can make you commit atrocities. Today, many of us are still caught in that trap, arguing over doctrines instead of recognizing the shared human search for meaning. Think about these modern conflicts. How many people fighting actually understand the nuanced theological or cultural differences they're supposedly battling about? Most are just repeating narratives fed to them, like consumers binge-watching a controversial documentary without even fact-checking. A study by the Pew Research Center found that most people's religious beliefs are more about cultural inheritance than genuine spiritual exploration. We are inheriting conflicts like vintage furniture from our ancestors without even questioning whether they still fit our contemporary living space. So now I want you to think back to the news that you have been consuming and the stories you're being told. Billionaires of separate religions have invested across cultural and religious lines, acquiring businesses and expanding their influence in diverse markets. Eastern individuals buying Western companies, or Western firms like Nestle and Unilever operating in Eastern regions. The focus remains on strategic growth and mutual benefit.
I'm sorry, what?
We continue to witness this dynamic even with the wars happening today, where big names are boycotted and alliances shifted. The deeper the conflict, the more we should come to terms with the reality that at the top, they're all playing the same game while we, the masses, remain the low-hanging fruit. But hey, we know better, because at the end of the day, your religion still sucks compared to mine. So when war and hatred converge, do you not think it is time we question who indeed is feeling the pain? Think back as far back as you like. While the powerful dine together under crystal chandeliers and caviar, where are we? We are fighting one another, claiming we know more and better. While the wars erupt, who is seated on the front line? Is it their kids? Nope. Ours. While we preach to know more and hold the answers to religion because we read the scriptures once a week and more importantly claim we know how to interpret them. Who is affected by all of this? Their kids? Nope. Ours. Again. On social media, I often hear the so-called elevated urging others to educate themselves as if they possess some superior level of understanding. Yet true education lies in recognizing. As Socrates said, the more I know, the more I realize I know nothing. This paradox of knowledge reveals just how vast and unknowable the universe truly is. Hate to break it to you guys, but those who are genuinely educated, open-minded, curious, and constantly seeking growth never claim to know it all. It's not the people that are asking questions who are ignorant. In fact, they are the ones who deserve to be engaged with, debated, and absolutely respected. The real threat to our progress is those with closed minds and rigid, unchallenged beliefs. It's this blindness, not curiosity, that will always be the greatest downfall of civilization. So what is the prescription for our divided world? Well, I found that curiosity not only keeps us ahead, but also helps us feel younger, by the way. Normalize saying, I don't know a damn thing about the matter. Now, you could or could not be interested to learn more, but you really don't always need to have an opinion. I've watched others support or demonize entire cultures for something they know squat diddly about, relying on the snippets their goofy brains choose to retain. Honestly, guys. 2, practice some empathy. You can only understand as far as your own experiences allow you to. For you, the Hunger Games might just be a movie, but for someone else, trust me, it could be very well be the reality. And finally, the radical act of listening. It isn't the one who speaks, but the one who listens who truly gains. Retain, assess, and apply where applicable, because neither your opinion nor mine actually matters. It's a heartbreaking thought for social media world we're in, but what truly carries weight are ideas, thoughts, and creativity. This requires not rigid thought, but the fluidity and openness of the mind to embrace the act of flow. This resonates with Lao Tzu, who taught in the Tao Te Ching, the rigid tree will break while the flexible one will bend and survive. True understanding and creativity emerge not from stubbornness, but from adaptability and the openness to change.
Good job. I am so proud of you.
Question the narratives you've been handed. See the difference as fascinating, not threatening, and recognize that your truth is just one perspective in a kaleidoscope of human experience. Humanity has always sought connection through divine unity, cosmic cycles, or the mysteries of existence. The shared roots of mystical traditions and sacred numbers remind us of one universal truth. We are far more alike than we are different. Across centuries, we have been tied together by common spiritual curiosity, a shared desire to understand our place in the cosmos, and an innate yearning for unity. Yet, in today's world, we see societies divided, locked in battles over claims of religious superiority or cultural dominance. But let's face it, we're not truly battling religions or ideologies. To claim mastery over religion is to claim yourself divine, a power no mortal possesses. What we're actually fighting is the political manipulation of sacred ideas, twisted to divide us, confuse us, and maintain control over us. Wake up, people. Land was never ours, yet we claim otherwise, and go around bullying, torturing, and depleting civilizations because we've embedded this narrative. The real question is, for how long will such a rhetoric continue before it's shut down or ignored? To say we are not of the same cloth is to deny our shared humanity. It is to reject the truth that we are all part of the same story, a story woven with shared beliefs, fears, and hopes. Acknowledging this is not just about tolerance. It is about awakening. It's about speaking to each other with dignity and rising above the ignorance that has kept us divided for far, far too long. If sacred numbers teach us anything, it is that unity and balance are universal. They remind us that we are interconnected, each a reflection of the other. Let us honor these lessons by seeing ourselves in one another, embracing our shared humanity, and building a world that embodies the wisdom our ancestors sought to pass down. Only then can we move beyond the chaos of today and create a future worthy of all we've been given. And that's a wrap, guys, because if I keep talking, I might accidentally start making some sense. Here's your golden nugget for the day. The deeper you dive into understanding, the more you realize just how vast and infinite knowledge truly is, and how little of it anyone can ever fully grasp. It's a reminder that curiosity and humility go hand in hand. Embracing this paradox is what keeps us learning and growing.
Pens in hand, questions
Until next time, keep being your amazing, chaotic, perfectly imperfect self. Oh, and before you go, do me a tiny favor. Hit follow, leave a comment, and drop a review. What you say truly matters to me, like deeply. Your support is the fuel for this circus train, and I promise to keep trying to improve. I'm on a mission to prove that even if you think you're a nobody or you're not famous, you can still be someone for somebody. Take care, stay curious, and remember, nobody cares about those damn chickens, but there's always someone out there that definitely cares about you.
Mom, somebody just followed me.
in the chaos, peace we'll find.
This show is sponsored by LeChaos.com, www.lechaos.co. Genderless, sustainable, trendy lifestyle.
Nobody cares about the chicken, lives the one we're kicking.